flying so high in silence, and you can hear your heartbeat. Doodle, 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 doodle. And you just like me. Breathe how I breathe. You seen what I seen, and you just like me. I can hear your heartbeat. 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 Hello, welcome back. My name is Torrey, Holloway, and this is my road to success. I'm bringing along with me those who have something to bring to the table. Today I got Quaya Works out of St. Petersburg, Florida. How you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are
Good, good.
you?
I'm good. I'm good. God is good. You know what I mean? So I'm hearing that you are author out of the Bay Area.
Yes, I am.
Yeah? How long you been writing?
All my life?
Yeah? It's just something that you picked up, or you just
Yes.
got it from reading other books from other
Um,
authors?
no, I just always had a knack for writing since I was a young child.
Yeah? Okay, okay. So what you love about it? Like I've been seeing you like your posts and stuff. I'm like, damn, this could be like some deep stuff. You know what I mean? For real, I gotta check
What was
some
the
of it out.
question? I'm sorry.
Huh?
You do. What was the question again? I'm
I'm
sorry.
saying like what you love about writing. Like,
I just like that you can kind of immerse yourself into another world or just be somebody else for a little bit, just escape from reality for a little bit.
right, right. So tell me about your first book.
So the first book I ever wrote,
Right, right. That you can remember that that need to be in the market.
need to be in the market. I'll talk about the first book that I got published.
Okay, let's talk about that one then.
My first book was Little Mama Tales from the Hood. It was a series, two-parter. I don't know. As a female, I just feel like a lot of the things we went through, we can similarly get into some of the street politics of the world sometimes. And so I kind of wrote a book about an adolescent girl jumping off the porch. And it had lessons in it. It had different things. So it was just a way to kind of let go of childish things in a way too. With my first book, present it with a young character, kind of like see how readers would, react to reading about a younger character and seeing how it went.
Right, right, right. Wow. So how many pages in it?
Ooh, now you asking questions. I don't
You don't
even
know?
count the pages.
Really?
Like I don't count. Like in the final like process, of
Mm-hmm.
course, like I can tell you my word count, I can tell you how many pages it is, but now I released that book 2 years ago, so it's like
Mm-hmm.
I can't tell you that, to be honest.
Wow, wow. I'm an author myself. You know what I mean? I know you probably know about nine though. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
It's like I know like from the front to the end of mine. You know what I mean? So are you an independent author, or are you published under a company?
I'm published under Quality Presents,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
so I'm under a publishing house.
Okay, okay, okay. Do you know any other like well-known authors, or cause
By
you
well known, what do you mean?
like other authors like Sister Soldier, you know what I mean? Like authors that's out
No,
there,
I don't know. I don't know any authors like out there. Like as far as reading their work, definitely versed in reading their work. They are, big motivators and people that inspired me to write. Like honestly, Maya Angelou is who inspired me to really write because I was into poetry growing up. So poetry kind of just spilled over to short stories. Short stories turned into, longer stories. So
right,
no, don't know them like on a personal level, but definitely idols, definitely.
right, right, right. So you ever done like any book signings or stuff like that?
Haven't done any of those things. Like I've been thinking about like doing my first one just locally, just for the people that are local. I have a lot of people always asking for books, and
Right,
I thought it would be something nice I can do for people who do have books and they can actually finally come get their book signed and meet me and stuff like that.
right, right. So basically, you do your marketing online.
Yeah, for the most part, word of mouth,
Yeah.
just talking to people.
Right, right, right. Yeah, because she sure enough said she know about you in your books too. So you know what I mean. And I was like, really? You know what I mean? So
Wow.
that's impressive. You know what I mean? So you don't got none of your books in no like local stores or anything?
No, everything is on Amazon. So you or that's it. Or you talk to me and I can give you a book. So
Wow. Wow. Okay. Okay. So the company, what the company do for you? Like how they help you?
my publisher, she's amazing because I've heard horror stories about publishers and
Right.
being
Yep.
signed with people, and to be honest, the last 2 years have been amazing. I couldn't ask for a better publisher and team to be a part of because we're all so hands on with with what each other is doing. We push each other, we motivate each other.
That's good.
We send each other like articles and stuff when we using the word too much, just to keep each other on our toes. My publisher's very hands on. Like she reads every submission I send her. You know how
Just
some people
yeah,
don't
just
really have
overlook.
time. She
Right.
just like she don't be like, "Oh, okay." She don't wait to no. She wants to read because it might be something that she reads and she might feel like it might not be conveyed correctly. So I might need to change it. So she's very hands on, and I can appreciate that.
Right. 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 So let me ask you something too. Like when you find yourself like having time to really write, or is it something that you just pick up throughout the day, like when you're working on a project?
So I find time like late nights. I work third shift, so I'm
Oh,
like I have this weird sleep habit and
right, right,
hours. So I write a lot at work, so I can get a lot done at work. I write at home, and I've been writing lately every day. So I try to make time every day to write, and it's different little tactics that I use so I can, you know, fulfill whatever goal it is that I've set as far as writing for the day.
right, right, right. So how many books you got completed? Like written?
Um, I currently have 9 published books, all available on Amazon. My 10th book comes out next month. So
Really? Man, that's
yes,
amazing, man. That's amazing. So which book? I know you know my best book that I have is Fast Cash. You know what I mean? That's my number one project. Is Fast Cash, and I wrote that book like in 2013. You know what I mean? And I done written books after then, but that's my biggest
right,
book that I'm trying to get into the movies and all. You know what I mean? So
right.
what is your biggest project? Which book that you like? You know what I mean? This is it right here.
You know what? That's crazy that you asked me that because I've actually been contemplating that.
Yeah.
Like I've been looking at because a lot of this it just feels surreal sometimes.
Mm,
Realizing that I was writing and I was always good at writing, but then to see your books, to see these paperbacks, you know what I'm saying? Like to actually feel them, hold them, flip through the pages.
mm.
So I've been thinking. I want to say my best work that I feel like could be something in a movie, like crazy. It'd have to be my Christmas in the Trap.
Really?
Yes.
Wow, man. You know what I'm gonna do? You know I'm gonna buy all your books. Matter of fact, I'm gonna buy a copy tonight. I'm gonna go online and I'm gonna actually buy. I just want
So
to
I
know which
appreciate
book you
that.
think should I get first. Which one? The very first one. And that's what I'm gonna buy tonight. And then we gonna talk again, and I'm gonna let you know exactly what I think about it. You know what I mean? Because I already know it's fire. I already know it.
I say you get Christmas in the Trap.
Let me write it down. Christmas in the Trap.
It's
Okay.
the base file by
All
Miss
right.
Fruitcred. You
Okay.
got it.
Okay. Christmas in the Trap. All right.
Yes.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna look that one up there. You know what I mean? So, have you ever did like a duo? Like, have you ever wrote with anybody?
I actually just did my first collab in November.
Hmm.
So this book, A Real Boss Stole My Heart, it came out. It was my first collab. It's with an author. She's under the same publisher as me. Her name's M Keys. She's out of Detroit. So
Hmm.
I wrote with an author all the way in Detroit,
That's
and he
big.
wrote a whole standalone. It was my first romance standalone. I actually enjoyed the standalone, and we have some really dope reviews and readers, and it's amazing.
Wow, that's cool. Though.
It's a 5-star book right now, so I can't complain.
Right, right. Have you ever tried to get in the stores, or you just prefer just going online?
Right now, I'm just online. I'm a one woman show, so it's like when you doing everything kind of by yourself. You just work at your own pace. I
Mm-hmm.
ain't. It's not a sprint or a run, a brisk jog. It's a marathon. So I can kind of take my time.
Right, right.
I'm figuring it out as I go.
Okay, 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 okay. Yeah, man. Shoot, when I first got my first book, Fast Cash published, I was in the stores within 5 months. You know what I mean? Was in,
That's
but I
good.
was with this company called Author House. They screwed me though. You know what I mean? But
Oh wow.
I jumped out the contract like immediately. You know what I mean? And I started learning more and more about being independent and stuff like that. And I started working on my own. And you know what I mean? I got to the doors that way. You know what I mean? So let me ask you another
That's,
question. Like, do you know any local artists like authors in St. Pete, like Teresa Patterson?
I don't I do actually know her. I haven't read any of her books, but like when I first started getting back into writing, I reached out to her and I would talk to her and she would give me advice, about getting back in. And I know she's really big on independent, like being independent. She was always telling me that. So yes, I haven't read any of her work, but I've definitely, corresponded with her in the past.
Yeah, okay, yeah. She got my name in some of the little thank yous and all that there. You know what I mean? For real. So like, what is your goal or what you plan on doing after you write all your books? Like, are you plan on moving further with it or just keep going to the next one?
So also another thing I've just been contemplating, like I've always liked writing plays and stuff, so that could like into like it could change into something totally into like sitcoms or movies.
Mm-hmm.
I'm interested in a lot of different things, and I'm a very creative person,
I can see
so
that.
it can change. But right now, I'm enjoying writing books. Like I'm getting ready to sign my new contract for a new set of books, so I'm just excited for what I have coming up and then the future projects because I got a lot of stuff coming up.
Mm-hmm. So, all right, let's talk about networking. You know what I mean? Do you network or your team do it for you? Like, do you have like any connections like with producers and stuff like that?
I do all my work independent. I like footwork. So I do everything myself. I talk to if I want to reach out to someone, if I see that you do something, I reach out to you. Um I do a lot of different things, so I have a vast, contact of people that I can reach out to for different things. So it just varies, honestly.
Right, 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 right. All right. Is there anything that you can tell the author that's coming behind you, like you know what I mean, that's want to be a writer because they look up to you and now they want to start writing? Anything that you want to tell them that you can probably, if you knew back then what you know now, moves not to make or whatever?
I would probably tell them to definitely read the fine print. Definitely, if you don't understand something, ask. Even if it's not the person that gave it to you, go ask somebody else that you know may be versed in that so you can make sure you're not getting got. Um, a story isn't gonna write itself. So it take a lot of discipline and determination. Yes, life happens, but at the end of the day, if you say you're a writer and you say you live for this and you love this, you're gonna make time for it.
Right, right.
I used to write on my phone. Like I wasn't writing on the computer, I was writing on my
Yeah,
phone.
that's how I do it.
So whenever it comes up and my brain is like, oh, I was thinking about a chapter or how to end a chapter or do something, I go write it down in my phone and then I just transfer it to the computer. But just don't stop working.
Right.
Keep working.
Right. You
Keep
you know you
working.
know like me, like when I be writing sometimes, you know what I mean, and I know it'll happen to you too. You run up on blocks. You know what I mean? I'm talking about just really just stick right there. You know what I mean?
Yes.
How do you overcome that?
Yes. See, the funny thing is my publisher don't believe in road. We can't say we hit a roadblock or
Oh,
writer's
that's
block.
strong.
She don't believe in writer's block, so we gotta push through. And like it was hard for me because coming in when you're just writing and you don't really have a structure to coming into where now you have a structure.
Right, right.
For someone to tell you you don't have writer's block, you push through that. And it's like you're right. I don't have writer's block. So when I do find the time, like when I do find that I'm like kind of twisted in something and I just can't get it to go where I want it to, what I've started to do is I just move on to the next chapter
Right, right.
because I have outlines. So you know what's going to happen in the next chapter. So I go write that next chapter, and while I'm writing that next chapter, what I wanted to do in that next chapter, that previous chapter, will come to me, and I just jump back to that and finish that chapter.
Wow. So basically, you jump chapters. Like me, when I write, I got to go like from the top all the way down through the pages. Damn, I ain't never think of it like that. Wow.
It's a lot of things that I used to do that I've had to stop. Like I used to be so meticulous, writing and then rereading that whole chapter. No,
Right, right,
keep going because I got editors and someone I'm gonna have to reread it. I'm gonna have to do edits and I'm gonna have to reread it. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right,
So I'm gonna catch all of that then. I have to just because like just looking at like a deadline. Like I don't have time to keep reading because sometimes we get so inside ourselves
right.
and we like, oh, is the reader gonna like this? And it's like you have to get out of your own head. So I just started jumping. Like I'll write and then go back because then it'll come to me because something I said in the chapter I'm working on. Then it's like, that's how I make that work so I can get to this point.
Right, right. Wow, that's amazing. See, I say all different authors got different talent in the way they do things, man. Especially on amazing stories. You know what I mean? Like when I write, you know what I mean. I already had a whole like what I'm going to write about. I have the whole story in my head. It's just filling in the details. You know what I mean? Filling in. You know what I mean? To get to the major points. You know what I mean of the story. You know what I mean? Straight up.
Definitely.
Yeah, straight up. So let me ask you another question. Like have you ever like wrote something and got deep into the chapters, right? This happened to me all the time too. And you just had to ball it up like, nah. You know what I mean? I'm talking about the
Mm,
start of a story, not like already in the middle of the story and then one day you just pick it up and throw everything away. I'm saying the start of a story.
honestly, I have never scrapped the beginning of a story. I have added though
Hmm.
to a story, like the beginning of a story, to make up for the lack of,
Hmm.
if that makes
Yeah,
sense.
that make a lot of sense. That make a lot of sense. So all your stories is it based on the same like things like if it's about singing, if it's about you know what I mean, relationships or
So, so it's a mix of everything. I write urban fiction.
uh-huh.
I honestly want to write other, like in other genres. But a few of my books are like hood literature,
Yeah, straight up.
and then some of it is romance. I actually just did my first two romance novels where it wasn't so much the character was in the streets. You know, he didn't have any ties to the streets. He had a regular job. It was just something different. So I do like to give readers that because I know readers can get tired of reading about the same type of storyline because after a while they do start to sound the same.
Right, 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 right. Have you ever heard of the Urban Book Company, like the Urban publishers?
I have, but I do research on a lot of stuff and then I shelve it to be honest with
Yeah.
you. Um as far, do you like have a specific one in mind or you just is that the
It's just like any I just know about just the one, you know what I mean? It's called Urban Publish. I tried to reach out to them, but they denied me. That was like back in 2015, somewhere like that. You know what I mean?
See, anything like that, if I've ever reached out, it was always some type of runaround or they want something from me.
Hmm.
It's just always shisty. So after a while, I kind of got discouraged from trying to find a publisher for the longest time. Like it was a
Yeah,
process.
yeah. Right, right. For real. You ever heard of Wadia Clark?
Yes, I
Kiki
have.
Swinson, Wadia Clark. Yeah,
Yes. I used to read it all the time.
wifey after next and all that. I'm
Yeah, I used to read a lot.
okay. I'm a good friend with Wadia Clark. That's how I got ahead. You know what I
Well,
mean? And she doing
that's
big
really
things
cool.
too. Yeah, yeah. She showed me a lot of things too. You know what I mean? But and I couldn't wait to talk to you though. You know what I mean? It was like I just seen something in you. That's why if you ever notice, I'm always on your page. I'm on your page constantly.
You really are. You are very supportive. I
Oh, most
appreciate it.
definitely. I'm gonna continue
I
to do that
appreciate
though. You know what I mean? Because I can see that you got a head on your shoulder. And like I said, I'm gonna buy all your books for real. The next time I talk to you again, I'm gonna have
I'm
all
gonna
your
check you out
books on
too.
the wall, huh?
Okay.
Straight up.
All right. I'm gonna sign them. I'm gonna sign them for you
For
too.
real, man. For real. You know what I mean? Sure, man. You got any questions for me though?
What would you like? Would you give me any advice as more of a seasoned author? Like I'm new. I'm a baby. So, would you give me any
You know
advice?
what? The advice I'm gonna give you, honestly, I'm gonna give it to you off the camera. You know what I mean? Because certain things that you don't want to take, that the people be right there before you there. You know what I mean? And then they push you 10 steps back. So, but I
Right.
already had that in plan for you anyways. I just wanted to see how far you was at. You know what I mean? That's why I wanted to have the interview to see where you at, and then I know where to move from there. You know what I mean? For real.
Definitely.
It's a book.
Definitely.
Let me see if I can find it. That you posted like 2 days in a row, and I just want to know, was this one of your new projects? Let me see if I can pull it up real quick.
I do promote a lot of my pen sisters as well.
Mm, let me see. Hold on, it's coming up. Cause that book cover was raw. I like it. Hold on. Where you at? Where you at? There you go. Street crabs. Yeah, this it right here. Yeah, this it. I'm gonna show it to you. This book right here. Hold on, let me see if I can. That one.
So that's not my book. That's Kay Larry. She's also another one of my pen sisters. Her book came out today.
Oh, really?
So that book came out. Yes. The covers are confusing people a little bit, but we actually had a group project. Every Christmas we do a group project. This year it was a boss for the holidays, so we all had a boss for the holidays and did a book. My book actually came out on the 8th.
Okay.
Um it already passed, but I do have an upcoming book, Surviving a Ruthless Boss. Is dropping next year. So
Yeah, I most definitely want to check it out. You know what I mean? For real. For real. I gotta check it out though. You know what I mean? All of them. I just want to see where
I
you at. You know what I
appreciate
mean? And like I say, my grandma. She, well, you don't know, but she was in the Black Panther. You know what I mean? Straight soldier. You
cool.
know what I mean? And she always told me.
Yeah,
She always say, son, the world is small. It's just the opportunities big. You know what I mean? To figure out what you really
definitely.
want, and stick to that road and keep going down that road to success to get to where you need to be at. You know what
Definitely.
I mean? And that's what I've been doing all my life. You know what I mean? Always trying to figure out what I want to do. And I read Sister Soldier book, The Coldest One Ever. You know what I mean? I don't know if you ever heard of that one. Well,
Oh, I got that.
all right.
Definitely.
Well, when I read that book, this is what made me start writing. When I read that book, it was so good that when I got to the end, you know what happened to the end. I don't want to tell the story in case somebody didn't read it, but I tried to do a
Right.
sequel. I did a sequel to it. You know what I mean? And I called it No Business But Good Business. Good book too. I'm talking about because they ain't wanted the end. You know what I mean? And how they ended it, I
Right.
was like, I added on to it. So when I did that, you know what I mean? I tried to get it published. And it was telling me, no, you can't do it. You can get sued and all that there because of the
Oh,
name and all
wow.
that. And they were like, just change the name because it's good. Change the name. So I got upset, man. I was like, no, I want to change the name, but I don't want to get sued. Then I started hating on Sister Soldier. You know what I mean? And ripped it up, ripped my page. That's why I asked you, have you ever started something and ripped it up? Threw it away. You know what I mean? Then I wrote my own book. And I wrote Fast Cash, you know what I mean? And I done sold, I became a bestseller, I want to say back in 2016, I want to say 15, at the end of the 15 and 16, you know what I mean? And my book took
That's
off, you know
amazing.
what I mean? It just like went sky high, you know what I mean? And from there, I
Yeah.
started writing other books. But my latest novel I wrote was called My Circle. You know what I mean? And the thing that, and I got a plat for that one too. And the thing about My Circle, what's crazy about that book, I wrote that book in 2019 before Donald Trump became in the office. And I
Right.
knew something was gonna happen, but couldn't know what it was. But I
Right.
knew something was gonna happen. So how about when I wrote that book, My Circle, Apocalypse in the Hood, it dropped January 4th, and the coronavirus hit like 2 or 3 days later. And I swear to God, you know what I mean? That was
Wow.
crazy, man.
That's crazy.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
That's crazy.
And
I do have a question
okay,
for you
okay, go
now.
ahead.
You mentioned that, you decided that you wanted to write your own, sequel to Sister Soldier's book. And when they told you to change the name, do you regret not changing the names now that you look back?
You know
Do
what?
you regret
No,
do you regret how you reacted to
I
it?
regret how I reacted. I shouldn't have got mad. I shouldn't even never took
Right.
her work and tried to, twist it up in my own way because that's her work. You feel me? But when
So the end that you reached, you should have reached it in the initial
yeah,
beginning, pretty
exactly,
much.
yeah, yeah, and I would have
Like
never,
your own book. You should
right, and I always
have
said,
wrote your own book.
right, if I would have wrote that book, I mean, if I'd have had that book published, I would have never had fast cash. You know what I mean? If that make any sense, you know what I mean?
You have to look at it like that.
Yeah, so yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, you had to give that up to give birth to your own baby.
right.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Now, as a local,
That's
as a
cool.
local author too, here's another question. Like, when you write your book, do you write about like all your characters in your book? Is they from St. Pete? Like, is it a St. Pete thing, or you do?
Um, no. So my first book, Little Mama, definitely I just remember this one review. It says this is St. Pete because I wrote it based in 2001.
Mm,
So just like the music and the different stuff I was using in the book, people like this really give me vibes like St. Pete 2001.
mm-hmm.
So I wrote that based in St. Pete. My Christmas book is based here locally, but I do different areas, so I know different places. So we go on the beach. We different places. I have two books based in California.
Okay,
So one is based in Vallejo, and the other one's based in LA.
okay.
And then everything else is just it's local. My last book was based in Orlando,
Wow.
and I just pick and choose. I actually wrote a book with my characters in Cuba too. So I pick different places.
Wow, man, that's talent, man. So is all them your books behind you? Behind you, them all your books right behind you?
Yes, this all of
If you don't mind, can
yes, except for my newest
okay, if
one.
you don't mind, can you like just do a brief summary on all of them, just to give the people some excitement? You know what I mean? Cause
Um,
it's sure not gonna excite me. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
All right,
So I'm gonna do it in order, like as they were released or
all right,
whatever. So my first book and series that I released was Little Mama. It's a two-part series. It's about a 15-year-old girl that goes through a lot in her life and is trying to learn and cope and grow. And she subsequently jumps off the porch and she just starts thugging it. So this is my first baby, and I really do appreciate this story because it got me to kind of bury childish things.
right.
It was kind of my way of stepping out of my 20s and getting ready for 30s. So this was my first
And
series.
what's the name of it again?
After that,
Hold it up again.
I did Christmas in the Trap,
Okay.
which this
No, the first one that you just did, just like when you
Christmas in the
finish,
Trap.
just hold
This
it
is
up.
the one I told you. For the first one.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Little mama.
Second one, Christmas in the Trap. This one is based here too. It's local, so it's between like Clearwater, Tampa, St. Pete, all the same areas. Um, this one is this one's a doozy right here. This is one of my most controversial books.
Okay.
I can't say I don't want to tell you too much about this one because it go through the motions. It's gonna take you through the
This
motions.
the one that I'm buying right here. This is the one I'm getting tonight.
Yeah.
Okay.
Keep in mind, it's supposed to be a Christmas book, so it's gonna mess you up. Okay.
I'm about to be. I like to be messed up sometimes. You know what I mean? That's the energy.
You have to do. Sometimes you have to.
Yeah.
After that, I have The Sins of Savages.
Oh man.
Um, it's coming. It's a follow up. You don't necessarily have to read the books in order to get it, but I just feel like if you you really want to get that experience, you're gonna read that last book and then you're gonna get this one.
Okay, okay.
It's just
And wait, what's the name of it again?
The Sins of Savages.
Sims of Savages. Okay. All right.
After that, we got My Christmas Bay in LA. This was a cute book. I mean, it was different. It was my first time kind of stepping out of like the hood character and, just having a main character that wasn't in the streets. He was a dog, but, it wasn't my usual spin on what a dog looked like. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right, 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 right. Okay.
After that one, I have my second series, Hood Wives and the Thugs That Love Them. I love this book. I love this series.
Mm.
It's probably one of my favorites that I wrote. Like, I really love this story.
Okay, and what's the name of
And
it
you're gonna
again?
get a lot of it's Hood Wives and the Thugs That Love Them.
Okay. All right.
So you're gonna get a lot of stuff. You're gonna get some friendship. You're gonna get a lot of different, variables in that one.
Mm.
Then one of my recent releases is A Real Boss Stole My Heart.
Oh man, I seen that covered up on your page.
And this is my first collaboration with M. Keys. She's out of Detroit, Michigan.
Okay.
This is my first collab. It's a romance story, and once again, stepped out of the box and then write a hood character. Just somebody that was bossed up and could do what he could do. And then I have my latest book that's out, a holiday, Boss for the Holidays, Tyreek and Toy. It's available on Amazon in paperback and Kindle.
Okay, okay, okay. That's what's up, man. That's enough to be proud about, though. For real, I know the feeling. You know what I mean? For real, enough to be
It's
proud about.
amazing.
It's,
It's amazing.
yeah, straight up. You know what I mean? I like that, though. I like that for real. You got any more questions for me, though?
I don't have any more questions. You got any more questions for me?
Like, are you planning on to continue writing, or are you just gonna pick up one arm and try to stretch it to the limit? And I got another question after
I
this one.
don't. That's fine. You can have as many questions as you
All
like.
right, cool.
Honestly, I don't think I've written that book that just has like I said, I do feel like Christmas in the Trap would make for a good like
Christmas movie.
feature film, like a little movie. Like I do, I do. Like if you want a hood Christmas movie, I think my Christmas in the Trap book will be perfect for that.
Yeah.
But I don't still feel like I have that books per se that speaks to me that I would turn like push it to the limit and take it further than it just being a book.
Yeah.
I would love to, adapt one of these into a movie, but I don't think I've written it yet either.
Yeah. Do you know anything about screenwriting?
Not really. I've done little partial research. You look at templates and stuff, but I haven't really dove into it. Like I get emails like I don't know if you know about like the National Writers like
Yeah.
Guild and stuff. They send me stuff to write and stuff and all kind of stuff like to enter contests.
Yeah.
So I'm always looking into the stuff, but I really realistically know I have no time
Hmm.
because I'm like I said, I'm under a publisher. So my books I have deadlines to meet and stuff, and they also have deadlines. So
Right. Yeah. I'm gonna show you something. Hold on one second.
can't spread myself too thin.
Right. Right. Hold on one second.
Take your time.
All right. It's coming up. This right here.
What do you think?
Hold on.
Is
Let
it,
me see. Can you see it? I know you can see it a little bit like
yes,
that. This is. Hold
yes.
on. Let me see. Hold on. One second.
Okay,
That's screenwriting. You know what I mean? A story screenwriting.
right. Okay. So I have done that before, like when I was in school.
Hmm.
Like when I used to do plays and stuff, I would do like that because we were learning about it, like soliloquies and all
Yeah.
that, and
Yeah.
how to make a good talk. And so, yes, I have written something like that, but it was more like TV sitcom-ish, like
Hmm. Yeah.
something
Like
quick, like
TV.
a
Yeah.
pilot.
Exactly. See.
I wrote a pilot.
Okay.
That's about it.
Okay, yeah, like I was saying, if you can get your books formatted like that, the ones that you want mind putting in the movies, a producer pick that up quick. You know what I mean? It's just it'll take them some time to get a regular book to format it like that. But if you already give it to them like that, you'll have a great
Right.
opportunity of, you know what I mean, of getting it, looked at quicker than just a regular book.
I have been thinking about doing that. It's just making the time. So
Hmm.
sitting down and actually typing it up and then sending it out.
Right,
So
right. Okay, okay, okay. You say you had another question?
I did, but now it's
Okay.
gone. I got young.
Okay.
I got young Thomas.
Okay, all right. Here's my question. Have you ever thought about doing a collaboration with a dude?
I have. I've actually been thinking about doing collabs outside of like my publishing, just to see, get a feel for other authors and stuff.
Right, right.
Um, I know there's all this controversy about male authors and female, like it's always something, and I just feel like if you can write, you can write. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
I used to read, Eric Jerome Dickey books. Like he can write, so I used to read a lot of male authors
Hmm.
growing up too, as much as the females.
Right, right. Yeah, I always thought about that too. I never done it yet, you know what I mean. But that was on one of my things to do, you know what I mean. Next, you know what I mean. But like I said, I haven't been writing fast. My circle was my latest novel, and like I told you, came out in the beginning of the year because you know what I mean. I had to advertise everything, man. You know what I mean. And then I started doing these interviews and stuff like that. But I got a strong connection though. I got a mean connection. You know what I mean. I'm talking about producers, film artists, and all that. It's a dude that I interviewed.
Wow.
If you want to check him out, his name Jock. You know, you could talk to him about the film too. He got it. You know what I mean.
Okay.
So and by you being on road to success
Good.
with us, you know, we probably could work something out, like real, real. You know what I mean?
I do have a new
Hmm.
question. What got you to start doing the road to success? Like, what motivated you to do this, give this platform to other people within the same realm as yours?
Well, actually, I was heading, like I told you, I was heading to where I needed to be at in life, and it was this guy. He said he wanted to do an interview with me. You know what I mean? And he was trying to like put people's, get people's out there or whatever. You know what I mean? And when it was a time for me and him to sit down and talk, you know what I mean? He just said a few things that didn't click with me, you know what I mean? It was like, you want me to pay you or whatever, whatever, but man, I'm trying to get it. Let me at least get it to pay you,
Right,
you feel me? And he was like, well, I misunderstood him and all that. I said, no, I ain't misunderstood you. You just gave me an ideal, you know what I mean? And I took it, you know what I
right,
mean? And I'm like, all of us got talent. All God children have talent, every one of us. It's just a lot of us don't know what it is.
right.
Once a person know who they are, man, hey, they got a lot to prove.
They
You feel me? A lot to
understand.
show. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So and I feel
definitely.
like the ones that do know who they are and what they're about, man, they should have an opportunity to get out there, man. Cause I've seen a lot of crazy stuff that don't need to be out there. A lot of actors that shouldn't act. A lot of books that shouldn't been written. You know what I mean? And it's
You're
like, you
right.
know what I mean?
Oh,
Yeah, you know what
cool.
I
That's
mean?
amazing.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So,
And so it's crazy you say that because I got an email like looking for writers to write, and
hmm,
I saved it
yeah.
because it's like I never know. I could go back and revisit that at a later date,
Oh
but
yeah.
for some reason it was presented to me, and I saw it, and I saved it.
Yeah.
I'll go back to it.
And it's this lady named Lena Lath. I don't know if you heard of a black lady. She's an
I
actress.
have, I
She
have.
looking for people to write. She doing a TV series called Boomerang. You know what I mean? And she looking for six
Yeah, she does
writers.
a lot of TV
Yo,
series.
she looking for some
She does. She
screenwriters.
writes the shy.
Yo, mm-hmm, yo.
She does the shy.
Yo, I got all her information too. You know what I mean? It's big. Like I tell you, man, the world is small. It's just what you're really trying to do is what the peoples want to know before they pull you in. They want to know what is your goal, what you're trying to accomplish. You know what I mean?
Right.
And and if that's what you're trying to do, that it need to be known. You feel me? People need to know that though, because
Definitely.
it ain't nothing like
Definitely.
new and upcoming peoples. You know what I mean? You get tired of the same stuff. You know what I mean? Going always rewinding and going back to something that you already know back to back. You know what I mean? So it's just an opportunity for people that need to be out there like yourself. You know what I mean? That's how I see
I
it.
appreciate the opportunity. Thank you so
Yeah, straight up.
much.
That's how I see it. And I got a couple dude that box too. I don't know if you know Clarence Booth. Yeah,
Yes.
I interviewed
I don't
him.
know him. I know
Yeah,
him.
I interviewed him. Another dude out of Lakeland named Fina Lewis. He finna have his first bout January the 9th, and I'm going to it. You know what I mean? I'm gonna see if he gonna let
Cool.
me open up for him. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna go there with him. You know what I mean? 'Cause I've been first time ever going to a boxing match, but that's another story. Yo,
Really?
yo, yo, straight up.
They're very exciting. Very
Yeah, I
exciting.
can't wait though. You know, I'm gonna go check him out though. His first bout, see what he about, see what he gonna do. You know what I mean? It's gonna be
That's gonna be a
fun.
cool
Oh
experience
yeah.
after interviewing him. Are you gonna like follow up after like
He
the
want
fight
yeah
and stuff?
he invited me. He was like after that, you know, he want to chop it up, take pictures, and you know what I mean. So yo, we'll have another interview. We will, you know.
Definitely.
So I ain't gonna say win or lose. But I'm gonna say after he win. You know what I mean?
That's facts.
Straight up, straight up, straight up. But I know you probably, you know what I mean, got things to do. You know what I mean? You done already made my night. Cause you know I've been looking for you for how long now? About a good month. You know what I
I don't know.
mean?
I wasn't counting. I wasn't counting. I'm honored. This is my first interview, and I was a little nervous, so
You
it's
did a
good.
good job. You did a real good job. You know what I mean? And
Well,
maybe you know once you get this other book out, we can talk again. And I'm gonna leave my information, and I'm gonna give you some good advices on my end too. Like I say, off the camera or whatever. But on that duo, maybe we should, you know what I mean? Think about something later on. You know, for real, put something
I'm
together.
open. I'm open to it. I'm open to it.
All right. Well, you know, do you have anything that you want to say, like to the authors or to anybody that's out there? You know what I mean, and let it be known your day coming soon. You know what I mean, or whatever it is. You know, cause you coming though.
Um, I am coming, so be on the lookout for Miss Street Cred. I'm on Amazon. I'm on Kindle Unlimited, Kindle. I'm on all that. So look me up. Shout out to my team, like Twilight Tea Presents. Like
Exactly.
we out here, we moving, we a movement, we the mob, all that.
Exactly.
Shout out to Torrey Holloway for letting me do this interview with him.
No problem at all. For
That's
real.
dope.
And it's your
Thank you
first
for reaching
interview.
out to me. I'm sorry. Yes, and I'm sorry that it took me so long to reach back out. I'm so
But
sorry.
guess what? You on time though. That's all what matters.
That is all that matters.
All right, baby. Yo, just hold on for a minute though. I'm gonna get back with you. Just a little more pressure.
All right.
Can't have it low. Gotta release the pressure. Release the pressure. Release the pressure. Release the pressure. Just like me. I can hear your heartbeat. I can hear your heartbeat. You're just like me. I can hear your heartbeat. I can hear your heartbeat. I can hear your heartbeat. Just like me. I can hear your heartbeat.